A few minutes. No one joins. Fuck it.
Somebody's already in.
Why does it do that?
Because you didn't move over far enough.
Oh. I see. It's everybody. No, there's nobody in here. At least according to the counter. One whole person. You ever have days where you just wish you could be on a bender? I'm talking to you. It's just who to talk to in here.
All the fucking time. Or days where you're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna hop on a plane and go to the beach and you'll see me in a fucking month when I calm down.
Nope, not a beach.
For me, it's a beach with like a big swim-up bar.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody's Christmas? We are leaving Whitby, Ontario, and we're going to drive out about an hour and a half past Toronto, and we'll stay with you for some of it, not all of it, because that'll destroy my data. Hopefully everybody's doing good, having a good and safe holiday. Getting through this however you can. What everybody do for the holidays? We'll talk Halloween and Star Wars shortly. AMA, you guys can ask what you want. Completely up to you.
Why no beach?
Why no beach?
Yeah.
I don't I don't find anything appealing about going on a tropical vacation. One, I have asthma, so either extreme cold or extreme heat, they're both deadly to me. And I just find it boring. Like,
I don't think that you've really ever enjoyed yourself not being able, like, not, there we go.
Alright, we're back. Sorry about that, everybody. Just message him and say he'll call you in a few. Apologies. Apparently it now freezes the stream when you get an incoming call, which is shit. Complete dog shit.
Alright. Nobody's typing anything.
Nope. So here we are, live AMA. We can talk about whatever you guys want. I'll start off by saying I don't really want to talk about what's going on in the new year because there's still so much up in the air with the channel. The only thing I can guarantee for certain is you're going to see a lot more, 3, 4, 5, 10-minute videos appear on the channel weekly. As I fiddle around with the editing program more, I get a little more accustomed to it, and it allows us to do a little more deep dive content. Allows us to focus on a particular topic and put it out there. So,
anybody have any questions? Or just like to go for a drive?
It's 2 days after Christmas. It's Sunday. The video's probably also not tagged properly because you can't do that on mobile. So, just one of those bullshit days where you want to just fucking bash your head off a fucking brick or two.
Flinner.
What's up, Flinner?
Chicken dinner.
How are the holidays, dude? How's everyone's holiday going? I know restrictions are basically different everywhere. So everybody's sort of dealing with how they can react to restrictions. Any updates on Halloween? Who's that?
That was Horror Fan 1980.
Horror Fan 1980. It's an interesting year in your name, man. What came out in 1980?
Any updates?
Any updates on Halloween? This is the last that I heard. If you watched the stream the other day, Dave and I spoke about the likelihood of the release next year. it's going to come out no matter what. Yeah, they're designing it for an IMAX release, but at the end of the day, you're going to, like, you can only hold on to a movie for so long. And as much as we all love Halloween, it's not one of these $200 million movies where, you know, they've taken out this huge loan. Excuse me. A lot of people think that, oh, well, Disney or Sony, they make so much money that they just put the money up front for the movie, and here's $200 million into the movie. But that's not how it works. When a movie's being made, whether it's something on the scale of Halloween Kills or something bigger like Star Wars Rogue Squadron, which is coming in 2023, or the Spider-Man 3 Spider-Verse movie, whatever it's going to be called, they borrow that money. They go to lenders, even though those companies are worth billions of dollars. They still go to lenders for the money for those movies. So a movie like Rogue Squadron isn't really hurting right now because they're probably still in just the wee stages of writing. But a movie like Halloween Kills, albeit it's not no $200 million loan, they still borrowed $30 million, which of only 7 would have been paid back by now for the rebate of filming where they filmed the movie. So, Wilmington, North Carolina. So, the update really is, I mean, not that it's titled a Halloween update video, is basically just the movie's going to come next year because there's no other choice, you know. Whether it comes out theatrically, who knows? I know there's a new strain locally where I live of the virus going around that everybody's panicking about, and probably rightfully so, and how effective will the vaccine be against it, and yada, yada, yada. So, like, there's a lot of things up in the air with, you know, 2021 could be exactly like 2020, if not worse. We don't really know yet. And anybody saying that they do is obviously looking into a crystal ball that I don't have. But, I don't know, at the end of the day, it just makes the most sense for the movie to come out in 2021, whether it be theatrically or premium video on demand, or even selling it to an Amazon or a Netflix or a Hulu, a company that's willing to give them, you know, you won't get your $200 million profit, but here's a little more than $100 million, and it's still more than what you put into the movie. So, you know, Halloween Kills is coming next year, but I don't know about the rest of you. I mean, I'll see it however I can possibly see it, and I'd rather see it with a bunch of friends and family inside a movie theater, ideally an IMAX screen. It's meant to be seen that way. But if it's not, then I'll see it at home. But I would prefer the theatrical experience. I miss going to the movies. Jade and I were just talking the other day about how we miss going to the movies. You know, Jade and I are the type of people that'll go to the movies 10, 20 times a year. 10's probably the low side.
Yeah. Darth Maka says, do you like The Last Starfighter?
The Last Starfighter. I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
Then Kieran says, he probably he came out in 1980, like the year he was born.
Oh.
And then the horror fan says, Kieran, you are correct. That is the year I was born.
1980.
And then Saturn says, I think 2021 will be better than 2020, but not great. Yeah, true.
I hope you're right, Saturn, but I mean, we're all sort of just crossing our fingers at this point and hoping for the best. Because there's really nothing else we can do. So, we'll see. You know, there's a lot going on with our channel in the next year. Again, I'm not willing to get into specifics right now because for the most part we don't know a lot of the specifics right now. other than you'll see Fandom Empire live on Thursdays and additional content, and obviously the pre-produced content, which if you're a Star Wars fan, the biggest Star Wars channel on YouTube is Star Wars Theory, and while he does live streams, he does a lot of pre-produced, 3 to 10 minute videos on something in the lore that he dives into, and they're fairly well edited. And I think you'll see us doing a lot of stuff like that, not just in the Star Wars realm, but the Halloween realm. Having that book taking shape too allows us to go in and play with a lot of what-if material without giving away the whole book. So, and if you're a Patreon subscriber, we will be doing our Patreon shows regularly in 2021, 2 of them a month. One Fandom Empire Underground, the other Lambkin Lane. One meant for all fandom content, the other meant specifically just for Halloween. And you can sign up for Patreon today, www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. And it definitely supports us and keeps the channel moving. I just want to clarify one thing, though, before we go any further, is when you guys send in a super chat or a super sticker or subscribe to the Patreon, that is what allows us to make more content. Like, I'm already like a really busy person, so when I do this stuff, it takes time away from my family. So we got to make something off of it in order to.
We're trying to plan a wedding here. We have a 1-year-old. Like.
That said, if we made nothing, does it mean we would do nothing? No, it would just be a lot less content. You'd probably get a once-a-week show and nothing else. And the once-a-week show would have everything crammed in it. So the Star Wars fans would have to listen to Halloween content. Halloween fans would have to listen to Star Wars content. And we've all seen how that's gone in the past. So.
Daniel Vera, however you pronounce it, says, "Hey, where are all you guys going?"
We are on our way to a city about an hour and a half west of Toronto called Kitchener. That's where my little guy lives, or at least in a town and around there. And so we're going to be driving through Toronto here shortly. We're currently in Scarborough, Ontario, the outskirts of Toronto.
Kieran says, "Watch along, Sean, Last Starfighter."
I've never even heard of it. I have to look more into it. Well, sorry, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
No, he's saying he wants to do a watch along with you with it. Saturn says, "I think Kills will make it $100 to $15 million $100 to $150 million at the box office."
I have no idea. One of the things we've always done on this channel is sort of cover the box office, but that's before the pandemic sort of blew up to where it was at, or where it's still at. I have no idea what the box office is going to look at. There's so much controversy right now between studios and distributors, and whether the studio is making the right decision by going to, if it's Disney, a Disney Plus, although they seem to be staying true to the theatrical releases. But I can tell you that, like, Warner Brothers right now, I mean, they're just getting shit on for their decision to send everything to HBO Max next year. Like, Dune's trying to force their way back to a theatrical release, and it should, because that's how that movie's meant to be seen. But now I just read that, I forget what the company, Legendary Pictures, which is a loaning company. If you've seen the Batman movies, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, or basically any Christopher Nolan movie, you see Legendary, and Syncope, however you pronounce it, come up at the beginning of all of his films. And what it is the financing company that backs all that. So I can tell you that the company that gave Warner Brothers the money to do Godzilla versus King Kong, whatever the hell it's called, is now asking Warner Brothers to return $250 million because of it not going to a theatrical release. So Warner Brothers is basically in over their head at the moment, and I don't think anybody has any idea what to expect from the movie theaters. I'm not brave enough to sit here and tell you I think Halloween Kills is going to make X amount of dollars, because I don't think that's the case. I don't even know if it's going to get a full theatrical release at this point with what's going on. So if things are back to normal and theaters are at 100% capacity, then maybe, but it is what it is. If you're just tuning in right now, we're going to pick up my little guy. He's about an hour and a half west of Toronto. As you can see, the buildings on the left-hand side of the highway. We're starting to get into Toronto. You probably will not see the CN Tower because the highway's just too far north from there. But again, if you're just tuning in, feel free to send it a super chat, support the channel that way, or we will just answer your normal chat questions as best as we can. It's AMA, so we can talk about whatever you want. Hell, even if you guys want to get a little bit into some brief Halloween Kills spoilers without going full out, I would be open to it.
I'm not open to that.
Some brief ones.
I Love Movies says, I see you guys are Star Wars fans. I am too. Good. They also say, I'm also a big Dune fan. I love both Star Wars and Dune equally.
See, I don't know much about Dune.
Kieran said the same thing tonight. Sorry, because it goes to the next part that I'm saying. Kieran said that he still hasn't seen Dune, to which I Love Movies replied, I recommend reading the book or the graphic novel to get more information.
I was going to say, I haven't seen Dune, like the original Dune, and I've definitely not read any of the material, but I didn't think their trailer for the movie was very well put together with the sound, or the music they used for the trailer. I thought it kind of took you out of it a bit. But visually speaking, Dune looks absolutely spectacular. It looks great. I can't wait to see it. Not to mention, Denis Villeneuve is one of my favorite filmmakers on the planet. I think he's one of the most talented filmmakers still breathing. And even though it failed miserably at the box office, I think Blade Runner 2049, is that what it is? 2049? 2049, I think. Anyways, the Blade Runner sequel that came out a couple of years ago, I think it's the best visual movie ever made, period. I don't think there's a better visual movie than Blade Runner 2049. And Dune looks like it's done very similarly, so we'll have to wait and see. Again, that's subjective. It's just my opinion. Doesn't mean it has to be yours. But I love the Blade Runner sequel.
Intel says, sends in a $5 super chat. Says, some slight spoilers, please, Sean.
Some slight spoilers. You have to be more specific than that, Intel.
What do you consider slight?
Ask a specific question, dude, and I will address it to the best of my ability without diving like full on into spoiler territory, but maybe just the icing on the cake, tip of the icing on the finger. So I'm going to let everybody know right now we might be talking some slight spoilers when it comes to Halloween Kills if anybody asks them, but I'm feeling in a generous mood and trying to get in a better mood. And yeah.
Both Saturn and I Love Movies says Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I hope you had a Merry Christmas.
To you and yours, we did the best we could with what we were working with.
I mean, I think that we had a pretty good Christmas. It was Jensen's first Christmas, so like we got to see open toys and like get so excited over everything. Except like halfway through his toy opening, he decided that he was just not about it anymore.
For Star Wars fans out there, I actually, not even just Star Wars fans, because he's been in other things too, but I had a little bit of a back and forth with Sam Witwer last night, which was fun. Not necessarily the answer I wanted, but it was cool to exchange a couple of messages back and forth, and seems like a really straightforward dude, and so that's cool.
Intel says $5, something from the flashback at the beginning.
Something from the flashback at the beginning. Okay, well, I mean, this should be common sense, but, and no one should be like, oh my god, this is a giant spoiler. But the flashback at the beginning features several characters, actually, but the two characters that are front and center more so than the others are Lonnie Elam as a child and Hawkins as a young cop. And I would say the atmosphere, at least from the words on the paper,
The atmosphere?
really depict something that is basically their love letter to the original Halloween movie. You know, the flashback is designed to feel like you're still watching 1978, almost like it's an after credits scene, but a longer one, and you didn't actually leave that movie. So obviously the Myers house is front and center, Lonnie Elam's front and center. This is a popular one that people get wrong. James Jude Courtney is not playing Michael Myers in the flashback. It is another actor playing him. No, it's not Nick Castle, although I cannot confirm or deny Nick Castle gets a shot or two anywhere in the flashback, because that's possible, but I haven't heard anything about that. It's very suspense driven. You get back to the blue lighting. You know, it's just...
I know Dave is a sucker for blue lighting, so he probably will love that.
Yeah, I'm sure Dave will love the flashback. I have no doubt that McRae's favorite part of that film is probably going to be the flashback.
He's a sucker for blue lighting. I remember that was like one of the first videos that I watched with you from Dave, was him going on about blue fucking lighting.
I don't blame him, though. It's a Halloween tradition. So, you have that. I would say this, though, about the flashback is, you know, I'm just going to come out and say it. Everybody keeps saying, not everybody, but a good portion of people have said on various groups and or YouTube channels, well, the math says this, so nobody dies in the flashback. It's impossible for anybody to die in the flashback, because we already know what they said in Halloween 2018 and how many people die in Halloween, the 1978 version, that nobody can die. I can tell you that that is not true, and someone absolutely will bite the dust in the flashback. And that someone might actually surprise some viewers, so.
It's Loomis. Loomis dies in the flashback.
I didn't say that.
Not at all. I have been avoiding spoilers all day. Oh, you can see the scene tower today.
No,
it's just
can't.
over to the side, so they can't see it. But
They wouldn't be able to see
the
it.
sky is clear enough. Horror fan 1980 says, hoping 2021 is good for horror. Looking forward to seeing Candyman, Quiet Place 2, and Halloween.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Hoping 2021 is a good year for horror.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to seeing Candyman, Quiet Place 2, and Halloween.
I still haven't seen Quiet Place 1.
Yeah, even though I've been bugging you to.
Have not seen the first Quiet Place movie. Candyman, I'm not as high on as some other people, but I am really excited to see what Jordan Peele does next, but I don't think that's due till 2022. And you're definitely going to see Halloween Kills next year, guys. It's going to happen. At this point, it's not a matter of if, it's when. And I would say I wouldn't even rule out it being earlier than the current advertised date.
Saturn says, can't wait for the score. Like the Halloween score.
Yeah, I've heard nothing on the score so far, man, other than the shape haunts Allison is present. So, yeah.
Saturn says, maybe name somebody who dies.
Name someone who dies.
I think that would be too big of a spoiler.
Okay, I'll name someone, but not by name. somebody from the original Halloween movie dies. That's what I'll say. Because that could be multiple someones. But someone from that movie absolutely does die.
I Love Movies says, what is the biggest action horror set piece in H Kills?
Oh, I mean, the flashback. I don't think people understand the limits they went to be able to do the flashback on the level that they are doing it. Like, Blumhouse is a very low-budget company. A lot of people fail to realize that Halloween 2018 was made for $10 million plus marketing money. And it was. And this movie here was made for $30 million plus marketing money, minus $7 million from the rebate for filming in Wilmington. But the biggest set piece has either got to be his escape or the flashback. It's one of the two. Although there is another third. I mean, it's hard because the hospital has its moments too, but they're not like anything you see in Halloween 2 from 1981. The whole movie is by far Blumhouse's biggest movie. I think it's the biggest Halloween movie on the biggest scale a Halloween movie's ever been on, which is rather unique because everything I've heard about Halloween Ends says they're going to go the opposite direction after Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends will be on a more intimate, smaller scale. So that's kind of unique, and I like that idea.
Flinner says, I don't know if you can answer this, but does the flashback show Michael getting arrested? I really hope not. And Saturn says, I really hope it doesn't show him getting arrested.
I'm not going to answer that. All I'll say is there are police involved.
Saturn says, Candyman wasn't well received at the test screening.
Yeah, well, you know what? Halloween 2018 wasn't well received at its test screening. Like, it got criticized a lot. It got torn apart. And Halloween Kills was much better received at its test screening. But 2018 got ripped to shreds. They went back and redid some things. And I know it's not a movie for everybody, and some people have their issues with 2018. But it made $250 million. And for the year, just mass, normal, generic audience, it was exactly what the franchise needed.
Max Elliott says, I believe Brackett will die.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe. Or maybe the shocking revelation is...
Brackett's Michael!
Is that... You ruined that for me.
I know I did. That's what I said.
Maybe the shocking revelation is that Annie didn't die in H1. I'm fucking with you. She was dead as a doornail.
I don't know.
But I can confirm she is talked about in the next one.
I Love Movies says, do you think H Kills will be a scary, fun time?
I have a hard time with defining Halloween movies as scary anymore, man, just because I enjoy them so much. Like, I'm not the least bit scared of Michael Myers. Like, when I watch Halloween, it's probably going to sound dark and a little over the top. I watch it because I want to see Michael gut everybody. I'm watching it for Michael Myers. There's no Donald Pleasance anymore. And I did like Jamie Lee Curtis quite a bit in 2018, considering I really don't like her in the other movies. I know, how dare I say that. But 401 West 427 moving slowly. Bummer.
You live and die on the 401 when you live in...
I would say if you're someone that's easily scared, Halloween Kills is probably going to scare you. I'm sure there's more questions.
Yes. David Cameron.
David Cameron. Hey, Dave, I haven't seen you in here in a while. How's it going, bud?
Says, stunt performer Aaron Armstrong portrays a young version of Michael Myers in flashbacks in 1978.
Yeah, I didn't know the guy's name, but I knew it wasn't James Jude Courtney. The guy actually kind of resembles, was Aaron the one podcaster's name? I feel like it was.
Maybe.
From the first, or from 2018.
The ginger dude?
He wasn't ginger.
He was kind of ginger.
He wasn't ginger.
He was kind of ginger.
No.
He was kind of ginger.
This is different.
Saturn says, Sean, about the score, did you say the shape haunts Allison or the shape haunts? You said the same thing there, Saturn.
Yeah, I don't know really what it means, but I can tell you that the shape haunts Allison. That theme is in the new movie. Which isn't like, I mean, let me be honest here. It was the hit track from 2018. Any YouTuber who doesn't fucking know anything about what they're talking about, I'm not saying that's us because we do, could be like, oh, the shape haunts Allison's going to be in the new movie, and it's a pretty solid guess. But from what I've heard, it is in the movie, and in fact, it's a bit of an extended version of it, so take that for what you will.
Saturn says that he's not afraid of Michael Myers either, but he did jump a few times watching Halloween. Yeah, there's some jump scares in there.
Yeah, you know, the first Halloween movie I never found scary. I found it intriguing and suspenseful, but I was never really scared about it. Scared of it. H2 got me a little bit as a kid, but it was H4 that really fucked with me, which is why I like it.
David Cameron says, good, and you?
Good, man, good. As good as I can anyway, just trying to keep my head up and stay positive. Not always an easy thing to do.
I Love Movie says, I'm hearing that H Kills is action-packed. Can't wait to see it since I'm a huge action movie fan.
There is no doubt that Halloween Kills has the most action of any Halloween movie, period. From start to finish, it's nonstop. The movie really doesn't slow down very much. There's not time to slow down because it's basically Haddonfield versus Michael Myers. So,
Max Elliott says, it's a H Kill still supposed to be an IMAX?
yes it is.
Horrorfan 1980 says, me too, Sean. I love watching Me too, Sean. I love watching Michael kill. I like his kills better than Jason's.
Yeah, Jason, I don't want to turn anyone off here or say anything disparaging to upset anyone. This is just my personal opinion. I like watching Friday the 13th, but I also kind of watch Friday the 13th because of how terrible it looks at times. Like, I don't understand how some people look at Friday the 13th and go, that's a better franchise than Halloween, because I literally think some of the worst Halloween movies are better than some of the best Friday the 13th movies. But I still watch because I find them entertaining. But like what is it, Friday 2, where the guy in the wheelchair gets the machete through the head, but then he gets pushed down the stairs too? It's like, I think you had him at the machete through the head.
To the right is the Toronto airport.
Yes, we're passing Pearson International Airport. Jade's been there several times. I've been there a couple.
I Love Movie says, I love suspense movies too. Hope Halloween Kills will have us on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, it will. There's a lot of suspense in Halloween Kills, and they don't really waste any time getting to it because it starts off right off the bat. If you were on the channel last week, we read the first page of the script, gave you an idea of where it started, which is something we've never done. We've been in possession of the script basically before 99% of people here on the internet had it, and we've never done that. So for almost like a Christmas gift, we read the first page. It doesn't really spoil anything per se, but no, there's some suspense in there. But again, don't assume that it's just a carbon copy of Halloween 2018 or Halloween. It's very much making up its own DNA while borrowing a little bit from some other movies.
Saturn says the Friday the 13th films are the same thing every movie.
They are, but it's also like a new, more often than not, it's a new set of characters. It's like, oh, here's Bo and Jim and Eric and Steve and Craig and Jennifer and Janine, and it's like, and then the next movie, here's Sandra and Sally and Sue and Sammy
and everybody else that starts with an S.
right? And it's like, I don't care if any of these characters die.
Because I have no connection to them.
Exactly, you have no connection to them. It's like, oh no, the girl with the big tits died. That's unfortunate, you know?
Excuse me?
But, you know, when Friday 2, it starts with the girl who's clearly not wearing a bra with the dude, and they pull the prank on them, and aren't they the two that get killed when they're on the bed together? And the girl sees
doing it?
Yeah, they're doing it, basically.
That's why you don't do it, because then horror movies come and kill you. Where was I? Kieran says, "Ciao, people. What would you like to watch for a watch-along? I got some free time coming up."
Yeah, sadly we both do. Thank you, lockdown.
I do not. I'm going to be going back to work in under a month. I don't want to.
This is oh wait, we have 2 people in here.
Yeah. We're carpool friendly.
Yeah, we can be in this lane.
I Love Movies says, by the way, Halloween Kills seems like a very appropriate title, in my opinion.
Oh, it is for that movie. Someone asked us on our last stream how many kills there were. It's hard to narrow down because a couple of the bigger sequences in the movie, but I feel like you can safely say somewhere between 27 and 40, which is by far way more than any other Halloween movie.
Saturn says, I possess both of the scripts, the 92-page one and the 117-page one.
Nice, Saturn. Glad you got your hands on them, bud.
Max Elliott says, when do you think we will get the first official trailer, like a 2 to 3 minute one?
Not for a while, man. They have no interest in releasing anything right now, and with the movie industry being more unknown than ever at the moment, it really ties their hands of what they can safely do and what they can't, and that complicates things a lot. So if I had to guess, I would be stunned if you see anything before the month of June. Maybe a poster before then, but trailer-wise, I don't see it coming before June. And if it does come before June, they may in fact be changing their release date strategy, so.
I Love Movie says, Scream would be fun for a watch-along.
Frank Riker would love that.
Saturn says, Halloween Kills is a very violent film. It compares to the violence of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The beginning, no child under 13 should see this movie.
Sorry, repeat that?
That basically H Kills is violent in comparison to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and he believes that no child under 13 should see the movie.
I think that Texas Chainsaw Massacre has some of that Rob Zombie feel to it, where it's kind of trashy at times, but it's not full-on Rob Zombie. I enjoy the newer Texas movies. And I do think it's a fair comparison, but I don't think Kills is that bad.
I Love Movie says, any Scream 5 news? Really excited for that one.
The only thing I can tell you about Scream 5 is it's not being titled Scream 5. They've taken the traditional route, or not, I guess,
Non-traditional?
I don't even know if it's non-traditional anymore, though. All these movies that want to try to reinvent themselves go back to the original title, it seems like now. So the next Scream movie is in fact just called Scream, even though it is Scream 5 while being a reboot as well, kind of like what Halloween just did in 2018. And I can tell you that they've literally filmed 5 different endings for the movie and a couple of different beginnings to the movie. So if I had to guess, someone from that main cast is finally dying.
Both I Love Movies and Saturn says that they're saying summer 2021 looks like a trailer time.
Yeah, June.
June, July, August, summer.
They will prolong it as long as they have to have a better idea of what's going on.
Darth Bacchus says, hey Sean, do you watch Cobra Kai? Let me answer this one for him. No, he does not. I have asked him multiple times to watch this show with me, and each time he says no, because he's not the type of person that watches new shows. He'd much rather rewatch the same 15 seasons of Supernatural, Smallville, Arrow, and every other show like that, instead of sitting there and watching a new show with me. And when I did try and watch Cobra Kai, he came out to the living room because I was watching with Jensen, and he said, "What are you doing? I was going to watch that with you." And then when I said, "Okay, I'll stop and we'll catch up and then we'll watch it together," he said, "No, don't bother. It's ruined now."
I totally did not say that.
You did.
Not the last part.
You fucking did. Don't
I
make me
did
look like a
not.
liar.
I don't need to do anything for that, baby.
Fuck off.
So I'm very picky about TV. I really am. I think there's so much horrendous TV out there that it's like...
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you mad that I exposed you there?
Well, no. I'm picky when it comes to TV. And yeah, because you know what? The next TV show that I'm going to watch won't be Game of Thrones because Zachary's down for a week. But Game of Thrones is coming back up soon. I'm missing that.
We need to finish Arrow with Zach.
I'm missing that. We'll never have time to get through all of Arrow this week. But, you know, I do think there's shows with rewatch value, and I think Supernatural and Smallville and Game of Thrones have those. Even House does. And Sons of Anarchy. I do like new shows, but it's got to be something to really get me invested. Like, I like The Mandalorian because it's Star Wars, but or I was willing to give it a chance because it was Star Wars. But that didn't mean I was going to be in love with it unless they produced a product that was worth loving, which they have. There's a bunch of stuff. I like Mayans. A lot of people don't like the Sons of Anarchy spin-off Mayans, but I think it's great. And season 3 is coming to that. So I'll get to Cobra Kai eventually. From what I understand, it's better than the Karate Kid movies. I gotta be honest, I didn't like the Karate Kid movies as a kid at all.
Blasphemy.
I honestly thought they were boring. But
blasphemy. Okay. Our marriage is off. Just tell me that you at least liked the originals better than the Jaden Smith one.
I wouldn't watch a Jaden Smith one.
Okay, good. Jesse says, "Hey guys."
Hey Jess, how's it going, buddy? Hopefully all's well, dude. Also, I just want to throw out that I doubt he's watching right now. But friend of the channel, sponsors a really hard time right now. His pup passed away. And it was like she was his best friend, and he's pretty devastated right now. I just want you to know, Robbie, if you're watching this now or after the fact, that we're thinking about you, dude, and we love you, brother. We might not be a big YouTube channel, but we're small, and we do care about the people that make an effort to stay up to date on our content and support the channel in ways like you do, brother. So we're there for you, man. I feel for you.
Kieran says, "Zombie just loves to show trashy human beings in his movies, lol."
It's because Zombie is a trashy human being.
How dare.
There, I said it. Oh, everybody stop. I gotta get my wife and a unicorn in this Halloween movie, okay? They have no business being in it, but I gotta put them in it because a unicorn should be in a Halloween movie because everybody loves unicorns, right? Right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
How dare you?
Fuck.
Saturn says, "Sean, if you saw kids in the theater for Halloween Kills, what would you do?"
I'd be fine.
Mind your own goddamn business.
Yep. That's not my business what they're doing. As long as they're shutting up and not fucking making noise.
Yeah, as long as they're not like talking, I don't care.
If they're talking through the whole movie, you bet your ass I'm going down there and telling them to shut up.
But I mean, like, for the most part, I don't really care if the kids are in a movie theater that has, like, swearing, killing, nudity, anything like that in it, as long as they're respectful of the people around them.
Yeah, same.
Like, my parents let us watch, like, horror movies, basically whatever we wanted we could watch, as long as, we were polite, I guess. That's the right word.
Samesies.
Yeah. Plus, like, we're showing Zachary all the Halloween movies right now.
His choice, though. He finally decided that he was ready for that. He came to us, not the other way around.
he came to us and was just like, hey, can we watch the Halloween movies? We're just like, darn tootin', you can. So if he wants to watch H Kills, like, cool.
What else we got?
I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your last name. Brad
Elving Rich?
Yes.
I've seen him on here. Well, how's it going, Brad?
Says, I enjoy your videos. It has provided me company this year with there not being as many ways to connect with people in person. I tried sending a super chat 2 times just now, but not sure if it worked. It did not work, but that's okay. We still appreciate your chat.
Yeah, man. Look, hey, the super chats absolutely help the channel out. Subscribing to the Patreon, which is great, www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire helps us out too. You can do that for as little as $2 a month or as much as $13 a month. It allows us to get on here and make more content. We would do it without the money too, but it would be far less frequent. And, you know, we realize we have a lot of horror fans in here and Halloween fans, but we also have some Star Wars fans that have been with us a long time and other fandom fans. It is hard to connect with people, man. I come across very outgoing on a YouTube channel because, to be quite honest, I'm used to speaking in front of people and in large groups. But I can tell you this, dude. I'm a 32-year-old adult with 2 kids. Had a marriage last 3 months. Went through friggin' radiation therapy. I've lived a very age already and still dealing with some health issues. And I can tell you that even at 32 years old, I just have a terrible time making new friends. Making friends is extremely hard. I definitely have trust issues. I'm not going to get into what, but there was a situation that occurred today that I know there was no harm meant by it, but it's really kind of fucked with me mentally and psychologically, and it's hard not to draw back on past events. It's almost like PTSD. It's a form of depression that fucks with you, and I get it. I connect to that way, even though we have our own YouTube channel. I take time and I watch Den of Nerds and I watch Star Wars Theory and I still listen to some podcasts because I feel like I can connect with them. It's hard to listen to podcasts when you got your own shows going on, but we still find some time to do that stuff. And look, know this. Whether this channel eventually grows to have 10,000 subscribers, 20,000, 50,000, or not even 5,000, and we just hit a lull like we have been and not really growing that much, just know that if you're showing up on this channel and you're commenting and you're clicking that like button, which, by the way, a bunch of you watching right now, take 2 seconds, click the like button. I know it's a nuisance, but when you click that little thumbs up button, guys, it helps the video be found by people that aren't subscribers to the channel. So it does help, and it helps when you comment. And whether you're super chatting or part of Patreon, just know that it's not just like, oh yeah, we're getting money from you. It's we appreciate the fact that you're putting your hard-earned time on what we're doing here, and we appreciate all you. So like when you get a troll like Michael Cartaga or Kate Raga or whatever the hell his name is get in there, I have very little patience for stuff like that, because there's so many people that do put themselves out there to be a part of Fandom Empire and appreciate what we do, that I'm not going to let that one bad apple ruin it for everybody. And so it is appreciated. We're not going anywhere. We're just not at a point right now where I feel very comfortable announcing anything about 2021 until some things are ironclad, and we got a few days to sort of figure that out. So
are you done with your little rant?
I don't think it was a rant, but yeah.
I know it wasn't a rant, but
I will take my energy drink though.
no. Do you want my pink one?
No.
Are you sure? I'll give you the pink one secretly, since you don't want people to think you're
I don't like it.
like that.
Kind of driving.
I Love Movie says, we are a strong community.
We are, man. We're going nowhere. Also, guys, I can't stress it enough. Follow us on social media. I know our social media stuff isn't showing right now at the bottom because we're mobile. But check us out on Twitter at FandomEmpireNow. Instagram is FandomEmpireNow. And Facebook, you can like the page Fandom Empire. You can join the group The Future of Halloween, The Future of Star Wars, the Fandom Empire Den. You can like the page Halloween Kills 2020, which will be changing soon. Supernatural Revisited, you name it. There's a bunch of different places you can find us at. And, you know, it's something. We're trying here.
I Love Movie says, I'm really excited for the Fandom Empire and Dave's breakdown of the H Kills trailer once it finally drops.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be great, but I gotta be honest, they've already shown you so much so quickly that don't be surprised if the trailer contains a lot of what you've already seen, but more drawn out.
Saturn says, I'm not really a social butterfly either. I have social anxiety. I feel that.
I was bad in high school with that, man. I went from like the big fish in a little pond in elementary school. There was like a little clique of us that were kind of like ran the deal. And then I went to high school, and you meet people that are older than you. And I remember one kid picking on a friend of mine who's African American, and was picking on him because of that. And like for the first year and a half, I was just so quiet and so reserved, and like just tried to avoid conflict. And I just seen so much garbage like that happen that it finally made me just sort of like something snapped. And I remember grabbing the kid and throwing him up against the locker and threatening to just bash his face in. And
the kid who was being bullied.
No,
so was not being bullied.
Don't be a fucking idiot. No, not the kid that was being bullied. The person that was doing the bullying.
I was going to, can you please clarify that? Because right now it sounds like you're trying to like throw up the kid that was being bullied. I feel like I'll bash you.
I think you're the only person that took it that way. But
I can't stop.
You know, it was hard because like so many, at least back then, a lot of shit like that would happen and teachers wouldn't notice, and that was just kind of the point where I was like, enough was enough, and it kind of broke my social anxiety a bit, to the point where I'm just going to speak my mind. The difference is, and well, my body's gone through a lot since then, even though I'm a fat 5'11", 32-year-old single dad, I definitely know how to handle.
Excuse me?
I guess I'm technically not a single
You're not
dad.
a single father.
We have
you
two
take
kids.
that back.
We have 2 kids now, sorry. I was a single father before Jensen was born.
We're done with this live stream.
No, look, I know how to handle myself.
We're done here.
If I have to get into a fight. Doesn't mean I'm going to win, nope. For example, I'm pretty sure Kieran, who you see on Tuesday nights, would probably feed me my breakfast with shit that he knows. But I know how to take care of myself, which is more than I can say for some people. Anyway, social anxiety is a real thing, and a lot of people suffer from it, man. But if you let it cripple you, then you're always going to suffer from it. You have to find a way to break those walls down. A lot of people will talk to you about social anxiety as if you don't know what it is, and a lot of people do know what it is. Just getting over it's real hard. Some people have a harder time than others. I know my brother's terrible for it. I can tell you my brother and I don't have a great relationship because and he doesn't really have a great relationship with a lot of people because he suffers from social anxiety and doesn't really know how to, well, socialize.
I can second that one.
And we're back. So just letting you guys know now, we're out. approaching Guelph, Ontario. We're well past Toronto, and we might have some connection issues because we're really in some some forest area. So if we disconnect, we will be back to say goodbye at the very least. Anyways, continue. Oh, speaking of which, Jade has ripped me a few times on the channel for being a big wimp when it comes to hot sauces and stuff. So sometime
he thinks Domino's pizza sauce is spicy.
Domino pizza sauce is spicy.
No, it's not.
So in the next few weeks, for shits and gigs, on a Fandom Empire Live, myself and Kieran, maybe we can con Johnny into it too, we'll see, are going to do basically our own version of Hot Ones with some Star Wars barbecue sauces and some spicy barbecue sauces. So, with some chicken wings.
For Christmas.
Yeah, so suckered into it. As long as I have a glass of milk, I should be fine though.
I want to see you cry.
I might.
Max Elliott says, Sean, I think you're awesome, bro. So is your girlfriend. We gotta stick together. Together we are stronger. I agree with that statement, except for the fact that I'm no longer his girlfriend. I'm his fiance.
Yeah, Max, I proposed to her 2 weeks and 1 day ago, I think.
Yeah.
2 weeks and 1 day ago. So 15 days. I can't believe it's been 15 days already.
Right.
Give me the ring back.
Fuck off.
Yeah, no, 15 days ago, I proposed to her on what was basically a year-long plan.
Brad says, I sympathize. So, Sean, I have health difficulties also. Keep up the good work, man.
Yeah, it's hard. I have an issue with the left side of my body that makes things difficult. I used to play hockey all the time. I miss it so dearly. I can't even think about playing hockey right now until I have surgery and lose some weight. Softball I could probably play, but not be as effective as I normally am. It sucks, but you also can't let it control every single day. Sometimes you just gotta wake up, and if even you're feeling like half okay, you gotta try to just block the pain out of your mind, or else it ends up warping you and twisting you, and you're in the gutter from the get-go. So the days where you feel semi-okay, try to take advantage of them.
Saturn says, always love these drive-along streams. Yeah, they're pretty decent.
They're decent. We hadn't done one in a while, so we figured we'd do one today. I'm full disclosure, I'm having a bit of a rough day, and it might not sound like it. Jade and I had to talk for quite a while. But I'm going to pick up my oldest son, so that's always exciting. And all's not lost, but some stuff happened today that just brought back some really bad memories and sort of has me in a bit of a rut. And it's no one's fault in particular. It just, these things happen, and it's hard not to let past experience keep cropping back up into your life when stuff so similar to them happens. I feel you.
And then Darth Baka and Kieran have decided that you guys are doing a Starfighter watch along. It's been decided.
We'll see. There's a lot of other watch-alongs to get to first.
And then Modern Scripts Productions says, Domino's pizza sauce is hot. Oh, that's funny because I've never heard that before.
Oh my god.
It's not.
It's
but
not
Sean
hot.
Seems to
It's
think
spicy. It has a kick to it.
Oh my god, it has a kick to it.
They put too much pizza sauce on it.
That doesn't matter if it has too much or not. It's the fact that you think that a marinara sauce is spicy.
Marinara is generally
it's
spicy.
Not. I honestly, it's times like this where I think, are we actually getting married?
Oh my god.
Am I actually spending my life with you if you think Domino's pizza sauce is spicy?
Am I actually spending my life with you wearing that sweater?
It's just a plain red sweater.
They don't know that.
There's not even any design on it. You've seen the ugly clothes that I wear that I like.
What we got?
That's it. We're up to date.
That's it, guys. We're only going to go for about 10 or 15 more minutes. So, why don't you guys keep that chat rolling? Send in those questions. If you want to send in a super chat and support the channel on that level, you can do so, or you can just send in those questions. We'll go for 10 or 15 more minutes and end it because we're actually already pretty close to Kitchener area. But we can't pick them up for another hour and 10 minutes. But we'll go for 10 to 20 more minutes tops. And so yeah, whatever you guys want to talk about, feel free to shoot. If Intel's still listening somewhere, we can still talk some more kills, spoilery things if you want without getting too spoilery. But yeah, what do you guys got for us? I see someone sent something in.
I Love Movies says Dune, Halloween, Star Wars, Alien, and Die Hard have made me love movies and books.
Books are very rated, man. Hopefully, anyway, listening to Heir to the Empire right now, the audiobook by Mark Thompson, which for a lot of people, for the longest time, was the canon continuance of Star Wars. It's not canon anymore, but it's just so good. It makes you wish that maybe they would have been able to do the Star Wars sequel trilogy in the early mid-90s and come back and did the prequels in the 2000s.
Saturn says, talk more spoilers.
Talk more spoilers is a super chat.
No. Oh, I don't know. Let me check. I closed my phone. Something about H Kill's ending.
What's it say?
That's the super chat. Something about H Kill's ending from Intel.
Okay, I'll say this, Intel. We're actually probably going to pull into a service station here just to kill a little bit of time because we're a little too ahead of schedule here without taking the 407, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah, the roads were actually pretty decent today.
Yeah, the chat's been going decent too. So we've been talking to you guys since Whitby, and we're now in Guelph, Ontario.
Sorry, we're going to come back to that super chat. Saturn says season 3 of The Mandalorian got delayed.
Okay, season 3 of The Mandalorian didn't actually get delayed. I mean, is it not going to come out at the same time it normally does? Yes, because of the Book of Boba Fett. But season 3 of Mando should follow shortly after in the spring. Sorry, what was Intel's super chat again?
Something about the H Kill ending.
Something about the Halloween Kills. I think the whole movie is really strong. I think poetically they think they have a good ending, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm talking like the last thing we get to see. I don't like it. Like if you go, I think they have something, but to me they don't. Everything that leads up to that last shot we see is pretty cool. It actually kind of mirrors Halloween 2018. Like I love the collage. The several shots we see of Laurie's house and Michael burning and the music playing. That shit's great. But when it ended with the 3 of them on the truck, panning in on the knife, I just kind of thought to myself, everything leading up to that point was great, but the selection for the last shot was kind of weak for 2018. And it pains me to say, I think they did the exact same thing in this one, where the lead up is great, and then the last shot's kind of like, really? So I do think Gordon, subjective of course, but I think Gordon Green and company have some work to do when it comes to their selection choice of their final shot.
I
They get a little bit of the sun in there.
I Love Movies says the graphic novel is an easy start for beginners if you're interested in Dune.
See, I'm interested in Dune, but I don't want any of the story spoiled for me before I see the new movie, because I'm a huge Denis Villeneuve fan.
I need to get comfortable now that we stopped, okay? Kevin Dustin says, did you guys see the new It's Me, Billy teaser? Insane.
Yep. Yeah, I was, guess I can talk openly about this now. myself and Intel Wild, and if I had to guess, I don't know for sure, I'm guessing Darren and Frank and a few others were lucky enough to see the It's Me Billy teaser before it went public, and Dave asked me for my thoughts, and I thought it shot very well. What you would expect from a professional film crew with professional filming equipment, better than what you can buy in store. Again, you need the people that know how to use that equipment. It looks spectacular, and I was really glad to see Bloody Disgusting pick it up. The fact is, there's so many Halloween fan films, and while ours is going to be good and entertaining, we've always said that story-wise, ours will probably capture you more than the visuals. But the visuals will still be half decent. But I don't think we'll be able to get covered by Bloody Disgusting. That's just being realistic. But I'm glad they were, because I was a little bit worried about how the teaser was doing in the first 4 or 5 hours. I thought it was going to blow up, and then Bloody Disgusting covered it, and obviously that helps. It's a huge go-to for horror, and it looks fantastic. It looks like they knocked it out of the park, and sounds like we might get to see it late spring.
That's it. We're up to date.
I'm seeing other.
Oh, that must have just been sent in.
I don't know why you would close it.
Because I'm only at 20%, okay?
Plug your phone in.
Hop off my dick. June 2021 will be divided into 2 parts since the novel is so long.
No. To my understanding, it will not be divided into 2 parts. To my understanding, Dune, they see franchise potential in that movie, and that's why they wanted to go back to. They need to make a lot of money off of it in order to make another film for it. So in order to do another part, it's going to have to perform well, and if it goes to HBO Max, it's probably not going to. So.
Saturn says, what do you think would be a good Halloween title?
For what? You need to give me more than that, Saturn. A good Halloween title for what? A game? A new movie? A show? Halloween Awakens.
For future Halloween films.
Again, like, you should have the premise of a movie or a show or a game before giving it a title.
That's why a lot of movies have, like, the working titles before they actually get names.
For example, a lot of people don't know this, but if you look it up, it's out there all over the internet from reputable sources. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, was originally going to be called Shadows of the Empire. And you're probably going, well, I've heard that name before, and it's because it has to do with the mass multimedia project they did in the mid-90s, where they did the N64 and PC-ROM game with the books and the soundtrack and all that, and they thought people would draw on that too much, but it was very close to being named Shadows of the Empire, which I like, and I still think would work as a title for something. But it is what it is. It's hard to answer that question without any sort of premise. Like, if there's a Halloween game in the works, I would expect them to go the same route Friday the 13th went. Friday the 13th is Friday the 13th the game. I could see it being like Halloween the game. And something that simplistic works. In terms of titles, it depends on what your story's about.
Island Movie says, I think a good Halloween plot idea after Halloween ends is to go back to the Halloween Return script and take ideas from it.
Ray's really high, who you've seen on the channel. He's really high on that Halloween Return script. I think it's decent. I think it would have made a solid movie, but I don't think it would have made the movie that these ones have been making so far. I don't think you'll see that movie made now. And I imagine after Halloween ends, you probably won't see another Halloween movie in theaters until 2028. 6-year wait probably for something else, 50-year anniversary. Unless, Blumhouse and Tracus just decide to go ham and keep doing a bunch of them on a very low budget scale, and
This is bullshit.
just to make some money.
Sorry, side note. I was just like, do you know what? We're here anyway at the stop. I might go and get myself some Starbucks. I pulled up my app and stuff to see like if I can order. The Starbucks here isn't open, but the one across the street is.
You mean the one across the highway?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a street you can cross.
So I can't even fucking order Starbucks right now until we're on our way home. Bullshit.
Shucks.
Horse caca.
What else we got?
Art Wishwood says, I love Starbucks. Art, I haven't seen you in forever. I got that ring, Art. Got that ring.
Yeah, she got the ring, man. All thanks to you.
Gizmo caca. All thanks to Art. That's why I had the ring, not because you love me.
No.
Okay.
Love is a lie.
Love is all an illusion. I Love Movie says Halloween Falls is a good title.
I would like to see some
Or Halloween Fate.
I'd love to see a Halloween movie without Halloween in the title. You know, The Shape returns. That's just it. But the problem is that doesn't sell as much as Halloween to a normal fan or a generic fan. A generic fan might not even know Michael Myers is, named The Shape. The Last Night of October. I like that. I like that, Art. That's good. I like that a lot.
Saturn says if they made a Halloween game, I would definitely buy it.
Well, the rumor we covered with Dave this past week was that there very well may be a Halloween game in development right now with Gun Media, and it might feature Kane Hodder as Michael Myers. Whether that's the case or not, who knows? It's just a rumor. We're not saying it's happening, but there seems to be some smoke there. The question is there fire?
Michael Stop says, hey y'all, hope you had a Merry Christmas. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, we had as good of one as we could, and we're gonna continue to celebrate our holiday here in over the next week or so. We're going to pick up the oldest guy, who we're excited to spend a week with. Haven't spent that much time with him since August, so and it's now almost January, which is crazy.
Saturn says maybe a Halloween movie just called Myers.
I don't know
and
about that
then Kieran
one.
said they will be expecting an Austin Powers, like Mike Myers, the movie.
How about Michael Myers versus Mike Myers? Or Michael Myers versus Austin Powers? A spoof. Austin Powers is sent back to 1978 to stop Michael Myers.
And then Kieran had to go back to work. See ya, Kieran. The Night He Returned, coming 2028. Says I Love Movies.
I do think you're going to see something in 2028. 50-year anniversary. It would be almost stupid not to. The same way you're going to see something from Star Wars in 2027. 50 years a big one.
Art says The Dark Shape Rises.
That sounds like The Dark Knight Rises, but you replaced one word.
Saturn says, or maybe a Michael Myers versus Jason film. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, I think Freddy versus Jason kind of killed those movies for us. Everybody wanted those before. I think the only way I'd be down for it is if like it was one big one with like all of them, like Horror Gods or something like that, or Horror Battle Royal or something, where you have like Michael versus Freddy versus Jason versus Pinhead. But as the fight's getting ready to start, you got some idiot dressed up as Ghostface come in there and trip over a couple of couches and just have all the killers do like their finishing maneuver to them. And yeah, you can see where this line of thought went real quick. Dog shit.
I Love Movie says, age 50, we are doing this again, coming 2028. Michael Stop says, The Devil's Eyes.
The Devil's Eyes. Yeah, I could get on board with that one.
See, the only thing with like movies like that is unless you're like not like a hardcore fan, but like unless you're actually like a fan of Halloween and Michael Myers and stuff, you don't know what they're talking about by just like The Devil's Eyes. You would show up to the movie, be like, "Oh, it's just going to be a horror movie," and then be like, "The fuck is this? I need to know backstory."
It's why 2018 ended up being just titled Halloween, is to simplify it for the normal going audience. You know, at the end of the day, us diehards are happy to talk Halloween, Star Wars, Supernatural, whatever you want to talk about, but it's the normal audience, the casual audience, that drives movie ticket sales.
Flinner says, "I shot him 6 times." I can't tell if that's a suggestion for a movie title or just saying I shot him 6 times.
Wow. All right, guys and gals, we've been going for what I think says 76 minutes here. So we're let it burn.
An hour and 15.
There should be a Dr. Loomis film. I don't know, but I'm skeptical of recasting Loomis. There's a few people I'd be okay with it being, but definitely not Malcolm McDowell again, although I thought his Loomis was hilarious for all the wrong reasons. But yeah, anyways, this was it. This was an hour and 15-minute stream. Gonna get off here. Want to say to everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's.
Merry Chrysler.
In the next few days, you'll see a lot more coming announcements. We got to figure some stuff out, though. There's some internal things going on at Fandom Empire that we need to figure out. We're also sort of stuck with Haddonfield the Vanished. Like, we can't even begin to contemplate and continuing filming as long as the lockdown's where it's at. So that makes things tough and frustrating. We want to hit that October release date, but it's going to depend on how fast things open up this year for us to be able to finish Haddonfield the Vanished. And there's a realistic chance that we might have to delay the release of it. I can tell you that we will honor all the perks that people picked up. Obviously, Blu-rays would have to wait till there's a release. Yeah, so we're playing that by ear. We're sort of at the mercy of the world right now, and hopefully sooner rather than later, we will have a clearer picture of what's going on, and that would be great. But until then, who knows? Anyways, guys, for Jade and our chat mods and everybody else, I'm Sean. Don't forget, hit us up on Patreon, www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. We have, if you're not a part of the Patreon program, I'd suggest doing it. We got 2 exclusive shows there a month. Been kind of tardy about that in the last month and a half or so because things have been crazy. But I can tell you that we're going to be better with that moving forward. Fandom Empire Underground's somewhere where we'll just talk about, and it's available to all Patreon tiers, by the way, where we can talk about anything fandom related and maybe be a bit more vocal and unguarded about things we want to talk about. And then the Lambkin Lane show is strictly Halloween. We can get a little more spoilery there, and big things planned for them both in the new year. Anyways, guys and gals, take it easy. Happy holidays. Stay safe. And we'll see you in the next video and or stream.
Bye.